Hi, my name is Saskia Everingham. My work is called More Than Human, and it's made out of felt and wood. And I was inspired to create it from an image that I saw online of a beehive that occurred in its natural state. And on a tree, it was hanging off the branch of a tree, and it was these large, voluminous bundles of wax and honey, and it was backlit by the sun, so the whole thing glowed, and it was just such an image of abundance and richness and health and joy and everything. I was really taken with it, plus the forms were beautiful, soft sculptural forms. So I was taken with that image just as a starting point, but it also feeds into a lot of my thoughts about how we as humans interact with the environment. And the reason I've called it More Than Human is a reference to a movement that's coming through as part of the whole wider ecological movement that's arising, where people are taking into consideration the value of elements of nature. You know, if we talk about us and nature, that's two separate things. But More Than Human is taken into consideration how other parts of the environment, like bees, like birds, like a river, like wolves, all have equal value as we as humans do, because we've had such a long history of making ourselves the centre of the earth, the world, and seeing the earth as something for us to utilise and exploit. And bringing that back down to my work, bees has been one of those things that has been seen as a way to maximise their use for our benefit, rather than looking at it in the terms of how does it benefit the bees. I come from a textile background, working mainly in handmade wool felt, and I use it particularly. I'm working with other materials now, but I like to come back to it particularly when you're referencing organic shapes and forms. And it also carries that connotation of nurturing, of warmth, of being natural, and all those things that I associate with the bees and its natural state. So that's why I used wool felt. And it also, the other thing is it can range from being opaque to translucent. So I wanted to give it, by putting lights inside the felt pouches, I could give it the luminosity, which was, I first saw in that image that inspired me, the way that it glows by putting lights into the felt. I'm constantly hoping with the works that I do to try and engage the audience on an emotional level rather than an intellectual level, because I feel that we as a species will shift more. We're more prone to shifting our perceptions if we're hit in an emotional point rather than an intellectual point, because time has proven that no matter how much we're told these things are not good for us, they're not good for the environment and stuff, it doesn't shift us that much. But if we're hit at a deeper emotional level, we're much more likely to connect with it and feel that we should do something about it. So that's what I'm aiming for anyway.